proceed to one of the most basic models of this course, dedicated to the basic behind-the-back weaves. As I promised in the first lesson of the first model, the behind-the-back weaves will be analyzed in more detail later, and now this moment has come. We will take start with the weaves on an open grip. In this lesson, we will consider the open grip BTB thumb leading weave, which looks like this. This weave is used very often, so it needs to be trained as thoroughly as possible. So, let's get started. Open grip. And to enter this weave, we first need to remember the usual basic open grip weave on the native side. And spin only a half of it here. And now we move the fan behind the back in this way. We lower the first bead, and with the second bead, we bring the fan behind the back. One more time. First bead, second bead. There should be no problems here. That is, I think you will reach this place anyway, but you can help yourself with your hip, move it to the right. And lower the fan as much as possible on the fingertips in order to lengthen the arm in this way. So, we came here, and now we need to get out of here like this, with an extra bead behind the back. If you spin the poi, then know that an additional bead is not needed here. On poi we spin BTB weave like this. Here enter to the BTB position with the help of the rotation, but we will analyze the entry a little later. Here we spin the classic behind the back weave without rotation with the help of this additional BTB bead. Once again, the first bead, the second bead, the third, and here we are finding ourselves in such an uncomfortable position with our arm turned out. Now we move the fan up with the thumb leading, we are still behind the back, and only after that we bring the fan out. In total we get 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. But 4 is when we want to enter this weave from the basic position and get into the same basic position. Of course, the weave itself is made into 2 beats. Beat in front, beat in the back. Beat in the front, beat in the back. But at first, if you haven't done this weave yet, it will be quite difficult for you to just go in and spin the weave here many times and get out. It will be easy to train it like this. From acceleration, we enter by inertia and exit by inertia. We help ourselves with our hips at first. We can push the hips away, freeing up some space to make your beat and trying to spin literally at your fingertips. If you hold the fan with a tight grip, it will be pretty difficult for you to do this. Therefore, we relax the wrist and spin the fan on our fingertips. One more time. Lower the fan, bring it behind the back, lower, bring it behind the back, exactly through the point when the fan behind your back looks up. Move the fan to the other side from the back, lower the fan, come to this uncomfortable position, move it out. At first, when you are just training to do this weave, just learn, help yourself with the second hand. Grasp this poke at the thumb with your free hand and guide it. Like this. We started it up and we output it with the thumb leading. I will show you the problem hand again. Here the hand is in such an uncomfortable position. We move the fan up and get out of it. 1, 2, 1, 2. And we train the sweep with a thumb leading, open grip on both the right and left hand. And we train it as thoroughly as possible. At first we help ourselves with our hips, and we spin it literally at the tips of our fingertips. Don't be afraid if at the beginning you will not get the sweep exactly clean, or if you hit yourself. We're not spinning in with fire now, so it's okay if you accidentally touch yourself with a fan. Pay attention to the sweep at least by 10-15 minutes a day, and literally in a couple of 3 days you will get it much better. The main thing is not to throw it. It will be very useful to you in the following elements. So let's take 2 fans in hand and analyze the different elements that we will be able to do using only this BTB weave. The simplest element is a 2-bit BTB forward weave. It looks like this. Let's start making it out of a skirt. Spin a skirt, and next the left hand makes just an ordinary weave at the hip with a little finger leading, and continues to do it throughout the entire element. The right hand spins this BTB weave. We go into the skirt, bring the right fan behind the back, and from here we exit like this. One more time. Enter, both fans on the same side. We start the left fan in the back plane, and now the left fan will come out and make some space for the right fan. And the right fan comes out from behind and returns to its starting position. In total, go behind the back, go out from behind. We went in and out. And now we can get such a simple element right now. And the same for another side. Spin a skirt with an open grip. Move both hands to the right. The left hand will spin the weave behind the back with the thumb leading, and the right hand with a little finger leading at the hip. And we get this variation. Of course, you can not just go in and out, but stay here for a while. And with the right side. The next element that we can do, such a combination of this BTB weave with one hand and other basic element with the other. Let's take a look at this semi-meltdown. So, what's going on here? The right hand spins the fan behind the back, the thumb leading, and the left hand spins the little finger leading weave at the other hip. That's it. So at the moment when your right hand will do the first beat, go down here and then do the second beat, going behind the back. Left hand will do an additional beat with the help of the rotation. And only after that, after this rotation, go to the other side. Like this. One more time, the right hand go behind the back, the left hand do a rotation. And we go into this variation of the semi-meltdown. Now to get out of it. We are back knowing that we will have an extra beat of the behind the back weave now, and we add an extra beat to the left fan with the help of the rotation. That means the left hand will do a rotation, weave, rotation, weave. First beat, second, third, fourth. Remember that for a cycle our right hand will do 4 beats. Our left hand will do the same 4 beats. And total, here is such a semi-meltdown we got. Train it both in one direction and in the other. Next, let's consider the opposite direction 2-beat weave. The right hand does the same behind the back weave with the thumb leading, the left hand will do the weave with the thumb leading at the hip. We started from the opposite direction skirt, and at the moment when we have the right hand in front and the left in the back plane, we move the right hand behind the back. We find ourselves in this position, the fans overlap each other, look down, the left fan is in front. And from this position, with the thumb leading, we move the fan into the back plane and exit. More times. From this position, when the right fan is in front, we bring both fans to the front plane. Right hand from the back, they overlapped, then we move them back, the left fan is constantly on top, and from this position we return to the starting one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We can do it not just as a couple, we went in and out, but we can stay here, spin it, and only then go out. We do this exercise both on one side and on the other. If we want to spin to the other side, then we start making this element when the left hand is in front. Total, that we have already received on the moment. We take this BTB open grip thumb leading weave and we combine it with the basic weave on the other hand. For example, with the basic open grip weave at the native hip with the thumb or pinky leading, or with the weave at the non-native side. You can even combine this behind the back weave with a close grip weave and get something like this, for example. It is most convenient to connect elements with the same number of beats. One fan executes 4 beats and the other also execute 4 beats. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These were examples of connecting with weaves. However, this is not the only possible element class. Let's take a look at some examples of combining with pendulum. For example, let's connect our weave with this pendulum, which we will execute for 4 beats. While we do the first beat with our right fan, we swing the pendulum with our left hand from left to right. Next, we move the right fan behind the back, swing the left fan from right to left. Left to right, right to left. Let's also consider a more complex pendulum like this. And we add a rotation to have a total of 4 beats. We do rotation, put a fan on the thumb, then move it from the thumb and do rotation. So this is how we get the element with the pendulum and BTB weave. And I hope you get the idea of this lesson. We can connect the studied open grip thumb leading BTB weave with any other element, while the number of beats must match. And at the end of this lesson, let's take a look at this sample enter into a 2-beat behind the back weave. Open grip, on the left hand the little finger leading, on the right hand the thumb leading, and return over the left shoulder. Move the left fan behind the back, the right fan to the left hip. We turn around, and from this position, with our back to the viewer, we lead the right fan behind the back. Once again, we lead the left fan behind the back, the right fan to the left hip, turn around, and find ourselves in this BTB position, from which we can get out like this. In total in this lesson we covered the open grip thumb leading BTB weave, and in the next lesson we'll consider the open grip pinky leading BTB weave.